All right, it's Thursday, February 29th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and it also happens to be the end of a month SPY recap. So I thought I'd highlight a couple of key things unfolding here. First of all, on the daily chart here, you could see we end up with a 2-up day that closed kind of neutral, right in the middle, with an upward bias. The inside day from yesterday, it gapped up, so it immediately hit, obviously it gapped above its first target and immediately went to its second target right here. And we had a little bit of a pause, which I'll get to in a minute, but eventually we moved higher towards our next green line target up here, which I've always been discussing all week long. Now, when you saw that green week from last week, I'm expecting that high to be tested. We've gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we haven't gotten there, but, we try to reverse today and get there. And since, we close green here, so we'll see if we hold the midpoint of this day and start up tomorrow towards that target. That's kind of what the expectation was all week, but it is possible, like anything else, we gap down and have a 2-down day, and that takes us into this gap, on the daily chart on a target, and maybe we end up with an inside week. It's hard to say with one more day to go what's going to happen, but I'm still holding until proven otherwise to taking out that high. Also, you have the monthly February ending pretty strong green here. That's now 4 green months in a row. So you do expect that high to be, we're at all-time highs, but if nothing else, I do expect that high to be tested. It doesn't have to happen the first day of the month in March, but maybe come down a little bit with that inside week and then go up. At some point that should be tested, and then we'll see if we come back through the midpoint of that month into March, and that would be an eventual failure. If we don't test that high first and we just come down into this month, we really got to get a 2-down month for things to fail. But, maybe we get an inside month. I don't know. But all signs point to continued upward movement, and then we'll look for the weekly chart to fail as maybe a beginning of some kind of a deeper pullback after such a big move up after so many weeks in a row. But for now, we have one more day to go in the week. We'll see if we get there. On the daily chart, we certainly, are close to our green line target. So for today, just to highlight that one more time, I shot some pre-opening videos, how I was long, the call options because of my weekly bias to hit those weekly highs from last week up here. They kind of gapped up today, and I sold out at, this first green line target that I discussed on that video. Then I did a morning video where it was coming down. I kind of anticipated another push lower, and then I was talking about how if we hold the midpoint of this of yesterday's bar, then look for like a red to green kind of reversal. So you had that 2 pushes down, the inside green bar, there's your buy opportunity if you want to play that. And eventually we worked all the way back up to the highs of the day. And, it was interesting right at the close as we're getting ready to hit that target. There was a big little sell-off in the last 2 minutes. I don't know what that really means. There were some big orders, I guess, to sell into all-time highs, but there's still a target up here, and we'll see if tomorrow gets there or what happens on the daily chart given this kind of neutral close with a little bit of an up bias. So just thought I'd point out, going back to the 15-minute chart, that the logic here was, first of all, I said there was a very aggressive sell if you wanted to play the gap up sell on bar number 3, and I shot a video describing that just to see what would develop. 1 push down, kind of held the midpoint of that bar, 2 pushes down, and then I'm not giving my methodology again. I'm always looking for 2 pushes relative to a directional move, and if 2 pushes come down after a gap up to the midpoint of yesterday, I'm kind of anticipating a potential buy, and also to the close of yesterday, that could be a buy area to keep that uptrend intact. And in this case, it ended up working all the way back up to the highs of the day. So we will see what unfolds the last day of the week. I just thought I'd kind of highlight what unfolded here just because it's the end of the month. And, you are expecting still this green line to be hit. We'll just have to see if that happens, in opening price action and pre-market range, as always, will guide us in terms of, what unfolds tomorrow. But for now, weekly chart still moving higher. It's a little bit of a narrow, move here. So don't be, depending where this ends, maybe we get a 2 down week, starting into next week type of thing for a pullback. But for all the people negative on the market, there's just no signs of it really yet. And given the fact we had a 2 down day start here, that was just a little. Once you saw that having a hard time reaching its target, it showed you there's still strength of this market to continue higher. So, until we get a real big breakdown that becomes obvious that there are other targets down below, then I'm going to stay biased to the upside, and that's what I've been doing, for a while now. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.